Welcome to Brain Vision.
Fifth to the 7th power times -1.5 to the 6th power over -16 over 5 to the 6th power times -3 over 2 to the 4th power, giving your answer in its simplest form. Although this question can look quite difficult, we're going to start by writing the mixed numbers as improper fractions and then see what exponent laws we could apply. Let's start with the mixed number -3 1/5. The whole number part of 3 is made up of 3 5/5 plus 1/5 left over would give us 16/5. We weren't dealing with just 3 1/5, it was -3 1/5, so we'll have -16 over 5 to the 7th power. Next, -1.5 is equivalent to -3 over 2, and that's to the 6th power. We can keep the denominator as it was, as our fractions are improper here and not mixed numbers. At this point, we might hopefully begin to notice something about what we've written. We can see that we have a -16 over 5 on the numerator and denominator, and we also have a -3 over 2 on the numerator and denominator. At this point, we can start to think if we can cancel on the top and the bottom of this fraction. Let's consider the first part of this fraction. We can use the quotient exponent law, x to the power of a over x to the power of b equals x to the power of a minus b. Because we have the same value which is taken to a power, that's our value of x. Our answer will have our x, that's -16 over 5, raised to a power. To work out this power, we have 7, take away 6, which gives us 1. -16 over 5 to the power of 1 is the same as -16 over 5. Now let's simplify the second part of this fraction. Using the same rule of exponents to simplify -3 over 2 to the 6th power over -3 over 2 to the 4th power gives us -3 over 2 squared, remembering that the squared comes from 6 subtract 4. So now we have a simplified calculation, -16 over 5 times -3 over 2 squared. If we look at -3 over 2 squared, this is equivalent to -3 squared on the numerator and 2 squared on the denominator. This is because we can apply the exponent law x over y to the power of a equals x to the power of a over y to the power of a. So let's simplify what we can in our calculation. -3 squared is 9 and 2 squared is 4. We can multiply fractions by multiplying the numerators and denominators, but before that, observe that we can simplify this. 4 is a common factor of both -16 and 4, so we calculate -4 times 9, which is -36, and 5 times 1 gives us 5. So our final answer is -36 over 5. It would also have been valid to give our answer as -7 1/5. We can now summarise what we've learnt in this